Hey guys, so today I have this dead Minnie Mouse Halloween tutorial, and if you want to see how I did this, please keep on watching. First off, for concealer, I'm using the Maybelline Master Conceal to cover my dark circles. This new foundation that I'm using is the Maybelline Super Stay Better Skin Foundation in the shade Warm Nude. Oh, and this wound above my lip, yeah, I kind of punched myself in the face. Don't ask how it happened, just ignore it. Like usual, I'm using the Airspun loose face powder with a stippling brush and just setting my entire face. Now to make our cheeks rosy just like Minnie, I'm taking this Milani powder blush, and this is in the shade Tea Rose, and I'm using a Real Techniques brush and just focusing that right on the apples of the cheeks. Since Minnie is a cartoon character, I wanted to make her look kind of shiny and fake, even though this isn't necessary, but I'm just using the Mary Luminizer by The Balm. And now I'm carving out her cheek just on one side because the other half of our face is going to be dead, and I'm just making that little apple of the cheek very distinct, so I'm bringing the contour all the way underneath there just so that even if we're not smiling, our cheek still looks popped out. And for the brows, I'm quickly using some pomade by Anastasia. This isn't really important, I just kind of filled in where my hairs are. Okay, so this palette is the Stila Eyes Are the Window palette, and there's different versions of this palette, and this is the body palette. The first color I'm using is the shade Amethyst, and I'm putting this in my crease as a transition shade just because it is Disney, so when I think Disney, I think glitter, fairy dust, and little kidness, if that even makes sense. So then after that, I'm going to be using the shade, wait for it, no, okay, here it is. This is the shade Tanzanite, and I'm just putting that into the crease of my eye, like directly in the crease as opposed to the transition. Now to give it some slight dimension, I'm using the color Midnight Quartz. This isn't too smoky or too crazy, but you know, I just wanted to give it some kind of depth on the outside of the eye just because it didn't look right personally to me. And lastly, for the lid, I'm just using the shade Pink Diamond. Actually, just kidding, the last shade is the shade Moonstone, and I'm using this on my brow bone and in my inner corner. I feel like if Minnie were to rock some eyeliner, it would be winged eyeliner, so we're winging out our eyeliner. I'm using the 266 brush by MAC and the Anastasia Jet Black eyeliner to wing out my eyes. So for mascara, I'm using the L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara, just coating the tops and bottom lashes. So for lashes today, I wanted to keep them pretty simple, and I'm using the Ardell 110s, and that's a lovely clip of me trying to dry my lashes. So now for the nose, I wanted her to have a little rat nose, you know, or mouse, whatever. And I'm using the Graftobian modeling wax, and I've never used this in any of my tutorials this year, and I wanted to for at least one. So I'm having some trouble clearly, so if you are experienced with modeling wax, then please let me know what are some tips, because this is my first time using it. I used a spatula and I used some eye makeup remover just to smooth it down a bit, because I saw that in Made You Look by Lex's video that she used that. Anyways, that's a side note. So for the nose, I made it red and I used some lipstick to do that just because I felt like it would stick better. And then on the alive side of Minnie's face, I'm just drawing her nose with some black. So I wanted to look like that half of her face literally got peeled up. So I'm just kind of using toilet paper and just kind of doing that motion. I don't know what that's called, you know, like, you know. And I'm just measuring like how far it would go and where I need to cut it so it will stick to the sides of my nose as well. And now I'm just going to be using some spirit gum in the line that I want the toilet paper to be, just to stick it down. So since I want this to blend into the skin a little bit more, I'm taking some liquid latex on a sponge and just dabbing that on either side of where the toilet paper is. For the lips, I didn't want to put blood on my lips, so I'm using the NYX Hot Red Lip Liner to line them out first. And for the lipstick, I'm using a Milani lipstick in the shade Red Label. And just to make the lips look like they have some blood on them, I'm taking this lip gloss in the shade Red My Lips by Milani as well. Now it's time for the blood. So I'm taking some blood and putting it on my face, obviously. Normally I wouldn't just put blood on my face like this. I would probably use a red base underneath it, but I wanted this look to be easier for people. So if somebody just so happens to not be able to find a red cream paint to put underneath them, they can just put blood, but you'll have to put a couple of layers and then also put it over the tissue that you put on your face as well. So here I took some gel blood, at least that's what it said on the packaging, but this was more like glob blood, and it was kind of annoying because I thought it was going to be all jelly-like, but it wasn't. But it actually came out looking kind of cool. It just looked like there were deeper cuts in it, so I just kind of went with it, gave it a different feel. After that, pop on your Minnie Mouse ears and you're done. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was my last Halloween tutorial and I enjoyed doing them so much this year and I hope you had fun watching them. See you guys soon. Bye guys.